Mechanized Brick. I've wanted this back since 2011, and since then I've tried building it. Yes, I got the turret and the body. No, I don't. I don't. Let's take a look at pictures again. Yes. Yes. No. I give up. I give up. So what is the secret? I want to build exactly as it is, but just can't. It's been 7 years. Let's do this. Mechanized Brick Products Churchill 250 order. Churchill, let's order this thing. Here it is. So I ordered this Saturday, shipped out Monday, and I got it Wednesday. Very fast. Let's check it out. Here's what I wanted years ago, and I didn't have the funds to afford it. Now I do. And actually, this is Series 3. Series 2 is the old dark gray from Lego, and this is the new dark bluish gray. So here's the box. Nothing on the back. Let's open it. Ah, bubble wrap. The instructions. And unfortunately, I'm afraid I won't be able to share these instructions. These are Mechanized Bricks instructions, so I'll just have to do a speed build. And yeah, the instruction is not a book, they're just pages, and you have your pieces here. According to the website, this has 973 pieces, close to 1,000, so it's quite a bit. And those are your chain link tracks. Probably most of your pieces come from there. Let's build it. And here is a set complete. This took more or less about 2 hours. I took my time. The tracks, of course, there's 4 bags. Pretty simple, 70 for each bag, and everything else, the pieces, I had to dig through, but for the most part it was pretty easy to build. There's a few steps that were kind of complicated. I'd say advanced building techniques. I'm way off from what I was trying to do for when I was trying to build this on my own. So yeah, I got the exterior right, but interior way off, even though mine has advanced building techniques. And as far as that goes, I was building the Series 2. On the website is Series 3, so there's quite a bit of difference, just slightly, on the build. So still couldn't figure it out, and anyways, here's the result. So starting with the instructions, there's 18 pages and about, I forget how many steps, but like 48 steps. So I'm kind of disappointed with the instructions. They're just in this big sheet. If they were an 11 by 8, I could put it in a binder, but you know, this, I don't know what to do with it. I want to protect it with plastic. And let's take a look at the minifigure. If I remember correctly, Series 2 Churchill had 3 minifigures, so this one only includes 1, and it is Lego except the torso. That is a sticker on the torso, and it's, you can see the shine on it. So I barely noticed it till now, and just a basic minifigure, so nothing too special. Now let's take a look at the masterpiece. So from the picture on the Canon, there's no spacing in between, but on mine there's that long brown piece. It's because I think my tube was cut too long so I might have to cut it to make adjustments to make it look like this. Other than that, there's just a few construction flaws as I was building. When I put this on, this piece here, this front piece, got pushed back, and I could see it tilt a little bit, so it's kind of off. And basically these two pieces force this piece back too far, so I might have to replace these square pieces with something else. And aside from that, take a look at tracks. So for some reason this track here hangs more than the one behind it, but they have the same amount of track links, so I don't know why it's doing that. This side, it's they're both going down the same, so I don't know why the other side is different. And just a little construction flaw. I mean, you know, this thing wobbles in and out, and the Series 2 didn't have that problem, I would assume, because it uses those modified brick pieces and sticks these together, so nothing sticks here really except for that one piece. The track has a hard time turning on hard surfaces, but on carpet there's no problem at all. Another thing too, this is a nice touch, these on each side, so you have a row of 4 and 4, so 8 total tracks, but you barely pick it up and it just comes off, so good for display if you just leave it. So anyways, let's do the important 360. Like I mentioned, you have extra chain link tracks here. I'm not sure what these things are on the side. And of course, obviously 2 shovels. And on the side, that appears to be maybe a smoke grenade or something. I'm not sure. You have your main cannon, and then small one down there. So pretty nice. And again, I want to compare this turret to mine. So again, this is Series 3, and mine, I was building the Series 2, so a little bit of difference, but mine is more stable, more solid. So this one here, I mean, you take it off and it's really fragile. So just that piece right there, you can see it already wiggling off. Yeah. So this is the hatch where you can put your minifigure, and there's a second hatch also, but there's not much space, so you might have to put them sideways. Kind of awkward. But there's the main one, and a couple hatches here too. And there, all opened up. It was kind of hard to open these without this thing breaking, so fragile there. And you already saw the turret come off. Let's take a look again. And this piece does open. There's really no way here, so you have to put your finger underneath, and there you go. So my guess is that's supposed to be the engine compartment, or whatever you want to put in there. Lots of space. Let's close these up. So another cool thing about this is you can do this. Really cool. You can put your driver in there, and unfortunately there's no controls, so use your own pieces. And another feature are these hatches open. Unfortunately that broke, but here's the other side, and it goes all the way in, so that's pretty cool. And I try to emulate that with my build, and I got that part right. However, everything else I did not. So like I said, the build on this is pretty complex in certain areas, very complex. There's studs going upside down, studs going reverse, so yeah, pretty advanced. So before concluding this review, let's just go over this tank one more time. picking it up, just be careful right here because the doors collapse. Best place to pick it up is on the sides here. And by the way, the sides are only held by, I think, 4 or 5 studs. So it's a little bit fragile, and fragile the most is, I'd say, the turret. It's just, it crumbles, so you have to be careful. And right here too, best thing to do is just open it from here. Forget about opening the hatches because you're just gonna, you know, mess this up and it's gonna come apart. There's a few mods I would say to add to this. Just add a tile here, a 1x6, to have it so these won't, you know, wobble up and down or fall off. And pretty much everything here, all Lego pieces. The only modified ones were just these little pieces here that were cut, and that. There's just a minor amount of pieces that were modified, but everything else is Lego. And yeah, the minifigure could have been better. It was just a sticker on the torso. And let's compare this with my Kobe. According to Mechanized Brick, the website says these are 135 scale, and this is the Kobe, so I would assume the Kobe's a 132. See the difference? Even though this is a Churchill 1, this is, I think, a Churchill 7. So you can see there's no protection on the threads here. And price comparison, this is about 45 versus 250 plus shipping. So I don't know. Kobe's cool, but I had to get this Churchill. I always wanted it. And let's conclude this review. So with almost 1,000 pieces, 973, retailing at $250. Let's just say the pieces were 1,000. The price to piece ratio would be about 25 cents a piece. So this tank, I would say, if you're a diehard fan of, you know, something that's custom made, go for it. If you're like me, I've always wanted this, and now I could afford it, so I got it. I wanted this for years, and I've tried to make it with my own pieces, and I'll tell you, you can, but it won't be exactly like this. I mean, yeah, you could make a Churchill with your own pieces and save money, but, you know, I don't have the time, so I just bought it, and it is spendy. So the bottom line is, yeah, I'm happy about this. It's an awesome model. Lots of features, a little bit fragile, uses a lot of those chain link pieces, the little ones, which are kind of hard to come by, and you'll save a lot of time if you just buy it. Otherwise you can save money and, you know, build it your own. Just look at pictures, and like I said, it won't be exact. So that concludes my review. Wait. So yeah, this is the first Lego Churchill, I guess mass release, mass produced by, you know, custom. Is it the best? Are there other ones out there? Yes, there are. Brickmania. So stay tuned. Mechanized Brick Churchill versus Brickmania Churchill Crocodile.